Shut up.
I know what's on there.
Mistress, there is nothing dirty on there.
That's what they all say.
I know.
Happy birthday, baby. I'm going to read you a little passage for your birthday.
Wait,
Anyway,
Karen needs to hear
what I
it.
was saying is this guy that sits and watches the sheetrockers at work, and he's real big, and he's sitting in his truck, and it's a big truck, and he can't even turn the steering wheel because it.
Yeah.
Because he's so fat.
Yeah, I mean, as our guy was talking, says, you know what? I'd have a little fun if I was that big. I'd go to a car lot of new cars, like in real expensive cars, small ones, and say, I need to test drive that car. Because you know when they get in those little cars,
I'm
that
sorry.
little-
Don't put it on the floor. It's bad luck.
It
What?
is.
You know what? Somebody told me that once, and it freaks me out now. I don't know why.
Well, at my house, the dog will get
I know
into
why.
it.
Because you're a dork.
She's a freak like that.
What are
Okay.
we doing?
Ian's going to read a little. You're on video. Hey!
Hey!
Go ahead.
I
Come
hope
to
they
us.
serve
Wait,
beer in
Cover your
hell.
eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard that.
Nobody can see us. Nobody knows who
Waste
we
of
are.
light.
All right, go.
We'll just put some white tape. The white tape. Okay.
This is the episodes of Tucker Max. I spent the summer between my second and third year of college suckling on the parental teat in South Florida. It was the absolute prime of my do anything to get laid phase. Recently, freed from a 4-year long distance relationship that began in high school, I wanted nothing more than to have sex with as many girls as possible. Most of the things I did that summer are not story worthy. You can only tell the same. I got drunk on Dom, fuck this hottie, story so many times before it gets annoying. That summer I experienced every random sex situation that a 20-year-old can imagine. Fucking on the beach, getting head from random girls in club bathrooms, sleeping with 2 to 3 different girls in a day, getting so drunk I passed out during sex, getting arrested for receiving fellatio, in the pool at the Delano, blah, 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 Jesus.
That's a rough life.
What does it say about how fucked up my life is that I don't consider these stories to be extraordinary anymore? Anyway, while most of my stories from that summer may not be extraordinary for me, there is one very notable exception. I was seeing one girl, Jamie, about twice a week. She was a fresh arrival to South Beach, having moved there 5 months ago from Maine as a 19-year-old with a modeling contract. We met through a mutual friend who befriended her while they were modeling. Are y'all like,
Videoing you.
you're supposed to like pan the audience.
Yeah. It's not just
Just
for.
keep going.
We're waiting for the punchline.
5 weeks and a lot of sex
like
later,
something else over here.
she thought we were dating. I knew better, but she was way too hot to bother to correct her assumption. The ex-girlfriend of 4 years I previously spoke about was very sexually conservative. It was missionary in the dark, then straight to sleep. With maybe a blowjob on the weekends if she had a few glasses of wine with dinner. It was a high school relationship. I didn't know any better. After
Shit,
4
I forgot
years
to
of
push
this, after 4 years of this, I was ready to experience all of the things I'd missed out on. When I was cheating on her, of course. Butt sex, known in the biz as anal, was one of these unknowns. And I decided that I wanted to try it.
Jamie, up your ass. Go ahead.
Jamie was the perfect partner. Very hot and very sweet, but more importantly, very naive and very open to suggestions. She was reluctant at first, not understanding why we couldn't just keep having normal
Is that saying
sex.
you too?
That's a whole nother story.
So, why'd you raise your hand? So I had to employ my persuasive powers.
Pick me. Go ahead.
Okay, this is dialogue. You have to pay attention.
All right.
Jamie, but I've never done it. Tucker, I've never done it either, but it can be our thing. Jamie, but I don't know if I like it. Tucker, you won't have to worry about getting pregnant. Jamie, but I like normal sex. Tucker, everyone's doing anal. It's the in thing. Jamie, but I don't know, it seems weird. Tucker, it's the preferred method in Europe, especially with the runway models. Don't you want to be like the runway models in Europe? After a few weeks of this, she finally consented. Though she agreed to let me put my penis in her small hole, she extracted a promise in return. Okay, we can try anal sex, but I want it to be special and romantic. You have to take me out to a nice place.
Before you treat me like a whore.
Like the Forge or the Tantra, not one of your father's restaurants. And it has to be a weekend night, not a Monday. And you have to keep taking me out on weekends. I'm tired of being your Monday night girl. I made reservations for the next Friday at Tantra. Aside from being insanely expensive, Tantra is famous for having grass floors. Really, they put in new sod every week. They also advertise their food as aphrodisiac cuisine. Yes, at that point in my life, I thought these things worked. Thanks to my father's connections, I got us a corner booth in the grass room. She was quite impressed. I ordered it like it was the Last Supper. No expense was spared. 210 bottles of Merlot, veal rack, stone crabs, the Tantra love platter. It was lavish and decadent. I was 21, stupid, and wanted to fuck Jamie in the butt. I wasn't about to let a $400 tab get in my way. By the time we left Tantra, the girl had doe eyes that would have made Bambi look like a heroin chic Calvin Klein bottle. She could not have been more in love with me. The entire drive back to my place, she was rubbing my crotch, telling me how badly she wanted me to fuck her, how hot I made her, etc., etc. We went back to my place and our clothes are off before we even hit the door. We collapse on the bed and start fucking.
You have to only go in third.
Normal
You're safe.
vaginal sex at first, just like always.
Where am I gonna get you some push record?
And then when it saves, hit the minute record.
Now,
Okay.
what she didn't know, and what I have not told you yet, was that I had a surprise waiting for her.
There has to be something very wrong listening to your sister read this to you. Seriously. Go ahead.
Aside, before I tell you what the surprise was, let me make this clear. As I stand right now, I'm a bad person. At 21, I was probably the worst person in existence. I had no regard for the feelings of others. I was narcissistic and self-absorbed to the point of psychotic delusion. And I saw other people only as a means to my happiness and not as humans worthy of respect and consideration. I have no excuse for what I did. It was wrong, and I regret it. Even though I normally revel in my outlandish behavior, sometimes I even cross the line, and this one is one of those situations. But of course, I'm still going to write about it. This was going to be my first time foraging in the ass forest. And I wanted to have a reminder of my trip as a memento so I could carry with me the rest of my life. So I decided to film us. I planned this beforehand, but I was afraid she would decline. So instead of being mature and discussing this with Jamie, I just made the executive decision to get it on camera without telling her.
Oh my God.
That alone is pretty bad, but instead of setting up a hidden camera, I got my friend to hide in a closet and film it. No, really. I know that I will burn in hell. At this point, I'm just hoping that my life can serve as a warning to others. I left my door unlocked, and we arranged it so that around midnight, my friend would go over to my place and wait until my car pulled in, and then run into the closet and get the camera ready. The top half of the closet door was a French shutter, so it was easy to move the slats and give him a decent camera shot through the closed door. By the time Jamie and I got into bed, I was so drunk I'd forgotten that he was filming this. And of course, she had no idea that he was there. A few minutes after standard sex, she kind of stopped and said, all serious in her best seductive soap opera voice, "I'm ready." I quickly flipped her over and grabbed the brand new bottle of Astroglide I had on my bedside table.
There you go. Gotta have the Astroglide.
Okay,